And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They snap it to Stafford. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. On 4th down, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room if you have to run the ball.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
McNabb flushed out right. And he connects with Ertz. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, McNabb. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Lawrence Taylor in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. McNabb to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, now he coughed it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Stafford, and he checks this one down to Williams. And in inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Minneapolis after this. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Barry Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Out of the gun, McNabb. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. McNabb eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
To throw, McNabb. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, here's McNabb. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Now it's McNabb. Being chased out left. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Reed as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it first and 10. On first down, it's Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. The final shot before the break. Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. The final shot before break. Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Saquon Barkley with officially a 103-yard return. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On first and 10, Stafford. On the screen, here's Sanders. There he goes inside the 30. The twop, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.